again, we're sticking with our trig functions. And angles of depression are very similar to angles of elevation, only you're just putting your angle pretty much in a different spot this time. And I honestly, the best way for me to explain it is to jump right in. So again, draw a picture every time. So in number 5, we have a lifeguard, and he's sitting up here, right? And he's sitting on like a little towery thing. So that's a little tower thing he's sitting on. Then he sees a swimmer. So this guy's swimming from where he's sitting. So boom, he can see him, right? Line of sight. I do know that his like lifeguard's little tower thing is 8 feet tall. And then I'm going to make a right triangle between the swimmer and the tower. Boom, right triangle. And the angle of depression is 18 degrees. So the angle of depression is where you're looking towards, like at the item. So that's where it's going to go. And they want us to know how far the swimmer is from the lifeguard. So there's X, right? How far until he gets to like right in front of him. So I'm going to look at my right triangle that I have here. I'm going to pay attention to that. Go ahead and highlight it. Boom, there it is. And when I look at my right triangle, I notice that there is no hypotenuse. So if there's no hypotenuse, I know it is tangent. And if the angle given is 18. And then we build our fraction. Remember, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So 8 over x. And remember, we have that shortcut. If the x is in the bottom of the fraction, we switch it with the trig function. So 8 over tangent 18. And we plug that straight into the calculator. 8 divided by tangent 18, close your parentheses, and you should get x equals 24.6 feet. Let's try it again. In the next scenario, we have somebody in a helicopter. So I'm just going to draw him out in the air because he's in a helicopter. And he sees a landing pad below. So I'm going to call this my LP, my landing pad. And he sees it. So now I'm going to make a right triangle by going straight down and straight over. And angle depression 73, so the angle depression is at the object that they're looking at. And the horizontal distance is 1,200 feet, not 12,000. And we want to know the altitude of the helicopter, which means we are looking for the vertical height. And again, focusing on the fact that this is a right triangle. Again, notice I have no hypotenuse, so that again defaults me to the tangent function. In this case, the angle is 73. So based off the 73, the opposite side is x, the adjacent side is 1,200. In order to get rid of the 1,200, we're going to multiply it to both sides. Which means x equals 1,200 times tangent 73. And when you plug that into the calculator, you should get 3,925 feet. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, let's see, we have 2 buildings. We have building A and building B. So again, go ahead and start by, let's see here, drawing, sorry. So there's building A. Building B is a bit taller. Building B. And then it says that building A is, 480 feet. So 480 feet from top to bottom. I know building B is 654 feet from top to bottom. Okay. And then this is where the angle of depression comes in. It is from the top of angle B to the top of angle A. So it's pretty much if I'm standing on the roof of B and looking at the roof of A. And then from there, I'm going to draw the horizontal distance and a vertical distance. And there is my right angle. So then We need to put in the angle of depression, which is 42. And again, we're looking for from B to A. So that means 42 goes right in front of angle, or not angle A, building A. And we can find, because we do have a right triangle right here, we can find that little height of the triangle because it's the difference of the two buildings. So it would be 654 minus, what is that, 480? And you should get 174. So I'm going to change my color. So this right here is 174. And we want to know how much space is between the buildings. So I want to know the horizontal distance of this triangle. And again, there is no hypotenuse, so I'm going to go over here. So in this case, it is tangent of the angle, which is 42. The side opposite is 174. The side adjacent is x. Again, when x is on bottom, it switches with the trig function. We would just type that into the calculator just like that. 174 divided by tangent of 42, and x will equal 193.2 feet. Okay, last but not least, number 8. Zach is standing on a lookout tower, so again, I'm just going to draw a building. Boom. And Zach is here on top. And he sees a water fountain below. So the water fountain, oh, look at that water. Okay. And he sees that, so there's his line of sight. Then from that line of sight to the fountain, there is a distance from the fountain to the building. And then, of course, we care about the height of the building. I'm just going to change colors so you can see that. Boom. There's my right triangle. Again, he's looking at the fountain, so that angle of depression goes in front of the fountain. And we know the lookout tower is 75 feet tall. We want to know how much distance is between the tower and the fountain, so we'll put x. And just like everything else, we haven't had a hypotenuse. So this would be tangent of, what's that, 28 degrees is opposite over adjacent, so 75 over x. And switch x and the tangent function. Type that into the calculator. 75 divided by tangent 28 is 141.1 feet. And I really hope you guys are typing these into the calculator and making sure you're knowing how to use the calculator, because if we're not practicing these with the calculator, we will not be successful. So please make sure you've typed all of these into the calculator and you've got the same answers I did, because if not, that means we're doing something wrong and we need to learn how to use the calculator, okay? And then when you are done with this, please make sure it gets in your notebook.